Welcome back, everyone, to the second part of our Copilot Made Simple series. I am Venture Maven Will, and today I am going to show you how to build an IT support agent that can help users troubleshoot issues using natural language, make a recommendation, and send it to the right IT staff so the ticket can be more quickly resolved. If you haven't watched the previous video, Power Platform is the foundation of Copilot Studio. So if you're already familiar with the Power Platform, you'll feel right at home. We'll be using Power FX formulas, connecting to Dataverse, and integrating with Power Automate flows. All skills you already have. So let's dive in. If you have never worked with Power Platform before, I recommend that you first check out Microsoft's PowerUp Program. This is a free, self-paced program designed to turn you from a non-tech professional into a low-code powerhouse. It gives you hands-on experience building real-world solutions using Power Platform connectors, Power Automate, and Power FX, all components needed for building agents with confidence, connecting them to any data source, and creating complex automations that will blow people's minds. All right, let's start by creating a new agent from scratch. You can either go to make.powerapps.com, select agents, and start from blank, or just go to copilotstudio.microsoft.com, go to create new agent. Copilot will now ask you some questions about the agent you want to build. I'm going to tell it that I need to build an IT support assistant that helps employees troubleshoot and find support for their IT problems. Go through the questions, and when you're ready, click Create. Behind the scenes, Copilot Studio will set up our agent with some default topics, which are conversation flows that handle specific user intents. By default, your agent is set to sense the intent of the user and create some basic conversation to support the flow of the conversation. But it is up to you to check, create some new topics, or update some existing ones so the agent knows exactly how to respond to your users and wouldn't try to hallucinate procedures that don't exist. Once the agent is created, go through the settings again so you can fine-tune it to behave how you want it to. The first thing I am going to do is go to Settings. Let's turn deep reasoning on so our agents can better infer answers based on our handbook. Let's also turn up general knowledge to ground our agents on our knowledge source. Let's now add the knowledge source that we want to use. I've already uploaded an IT troubleshooting handbook to a SharePoint folder. All I have to do now is define the folder as the knowledge source and give it a description. The rest of the settings look good to me, so I am going to leave them as is. Next, click on Topics. As you can see, Copilot has already set up some default system topics. Microsoft has made agents capable of reacting to user queries even without a corresponding topic. But if you want maximum control over how your agent behaves, how it responds to specific user queries, and to ensure it provides accurate, non-hallucinated information, topics are the place to do it. We will go through them later, but for now, let's focus on creating our own topic. Click on Add a Topic, and let's click on Add from Description with Copilot, and let Copilot prepare the topic for you. I prepared a short description to tell Copilot what the topic is supposed to do. Now, this topic seems like it could work, but it's not quite what I am looking for. So I am going to remove the steps here and define the steps by myself. All right, let's kick things off by adding a generative answer. Our goal here is to empower our users right from the start, letting Copilot deliver some fantastic self-help advice on how to resolve issues themselves. Now, by default, Copilot is set to pull from its vast training data, but for maximum accuracy and control, we're going to switch off that general knowledge and search only our selected knowledge sources, specifically our IT support folder. I'd also prepared system instructions on exactly how to interpret the data and generate a response. And so we can use the response later in the topic. We'll have it save that to a variable. Click on the field Save Bot Response As, select Create a New Variable, and give the variable a name. We also need to design a conversation flow. The idea here is to identify when the self-help steps are not enough and escalate the issue to the appropriate second-level support. Now, in our system instruction, we told Copilot to simply not respond if it is not able to find an answer. So the first thing I'm going to do is screen for extremely short responses. This is where your PowerFX skills comes in handy. Just write a simple len formula to check if the bot response is less than 10 characters. Notice how Copilot Studio is able to interpret PowerFX formulas as a condition. This gives you very high flexibility to design complicated condition statements. If this statement is true, then I want to quickly let the user know that their query is beyond the agent's current skill set and escalate the issue. Now, even if the agent is able to find the appropriate answer in the troubleshooting guide, it doesn't mean that the user's problem can be solved by a few self-help instructions. So once our IT support agent generates a response, I am going to ask the user if the response solves their problem. If yes, great. We can let the user know that our agent is always here if they have any other issues and end the conversation. But if it does not, we also want to escalate the issue to a second level support. Let's save the topic and give our agent a quick test to make sure that everything is working. I am going to tell the agent that my computer doesn't turn on and see what it says. All right, this looks good. I will tell it that it solved the issue. Let's do another test. I am now going to tell the agent that my computer is running very slow and see what kind of suggestions it comes up with. Okay, so actually it looks pretty good also, but I am going to tell the agent this time that the answer does not solve the issue to make sure that it escalates the issue. Okay, so we can see that it is technically working, but we haven't told the agent how to escalate a case to a second level support. We'll talk about setting up tools and giving agents the ability to do stuff like creating new data in Dataverse in the next video. All right, let's do a quick recap of what we've learned today. We've learned to set up an agent using natural language, went through the settings needed to ground its knowledge based on our knowledge source instead of its training data, and infer answers from it. We've also learned the power of topics and built one from the ground up. We saw how to use generative answer to boost your topics and how to create advanced routing logic from the generative answer using PowerFX. If you have been following along with me, then you should already have a working agent. In the next video, we'll focus on giving our agent more skill sets and giving it tools to not just retrieve answers, but also do stuff. If this video was helpful, click like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I will see you next time.